Hello and welcome to your first Broken News. Today we have Rengar. Now to make things very clear, Rengar is by no means a newly broken champion. This champion is well known for one-shotting ADCs and making mid laners with very low HP and low resistances wanting to kill themselves for years. But why do you ask? Because he's showing up on the Broken News today. Well, not only is he one-shotting ADCs, he is now one-shotting teams. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd be saying this is a good thing and this is a good build to go. AP Rengar, my friends, is fucking ridiculous. But Rengar's not even broken for the fact that he can go AP. That's not even why he's broken. He's broken because he's so fucking versatile. Rengar is now one of those champions that you could pick if you have a full AP team. Rengar is also one of those champions that you can pick if you have a full AD team, because you can go AP Rengar and fuck shit up. You can go AD Rengar and fuck shit up. You can go Pen Rengar and fuck shit up. You can fuck shit up with fucking Rengar. So honestly, in the making of this, I thought I was going to have to play a shitload of games and record the highlights of all of the different games. I actually didn't. I recorded 2 games. Only 2. Only fucking 2. If you look at the champions that we're playing against, and, for example, our top laners in this game, it is Alawi, and in the other game, it is Wukong. Now, I've heard many people say that Rengar is a very easy champion to play, and I've also heard people say that he's a very hard champion to play. But regardless, here's the combo for AD Rengar. So, as you're running towards the motherfucker, you press your Q, and in midair, as you're leaping towards the motherfucker, you press your E. And when you land on the motherfucker, you press your W and your Hydra as fast as possible. Up next, we have AP Rengar. As for AP Rengar, you want 4 stacks of Ferocity, and you press your Q as you're running towards them, as you do on AD Rengar. And when you land on them, you press your W as fast as possible. You don't need to use your E, it is 100% not necessary, because of the fact you definitely don't want to press it in midair. If it lands before you do, you're going to mess up the timing on both of your W's, and you might even get a 5-stack Ferocity on your E, which is definitely not what you don't want, because that's going to make your damage potential go way low. But what's the difference in all these builds, and why should you pick AP Rengar over Crit or Pen Rengar? Why should you pick Pen Rengar over Crit or AP Rengar? Well, I'm going to describe each of the builds very briefly, and I'm going to describe what situation you should build them in. AP Rengar is normally picked if they have an overall squishy team. So let's say their top laner is a carry top laner, somewhat squishy. Their jungler is a carry jungler, somewhat squishy. And let's say the rest of their champions are fairly squishy. The only reason why you want them squishy is because on the AP Rengar build, you're not building a whole lot of magic penetration. You can, very well, that is your choice. However, you also want as much AP as you can possibly get because of how much you need to do damage. Now for Pen Rengar. Pen Rengar is normally picked if there is a tank top laner and a tank jungler, or maybe one of each. Pen Rengar is more for people that are building against you, and people will build against you. You are Rengar. You are going to fucking destroy them. So people, the ADCs mostly, they will build some armor. They might build a GA, and get past that 40 armor. It matters a lot, especially when you're trying to completely take someone out of a fight. Also, after you take that one ADC or mid laner out of the fight, you can now switch your attention to even the tanks, because you're still going to do lots of damage with how much pen you have. Crit Rengar has a bit of a trade-off. See, when you're playing Crit Rengar, you're getting lots and lots of damage and a huge potential to one-shot. However, you're not going to be able to one-shot as often because you're not getting as much CDR as the Pen Rengar build or the AP Rengar build. So when do you pick Crit Rengar? You pick Crit Rengar normally towards the late game. You can sell a bunch of pen items for crit items if that's what you truly want. Because when you kill the enemy ADC, by the time he respawns, your ult's going to be back up regardless of how much CDR you have. Normally you even pick Crit Rengar when only their ADC seems to be the one that's squishy. The ADC will almost never be tanky unless they're building a really weird build that's completely off meta. And now for the most frustrating thing about playing Rengar anytime, anywhere. So the only thing that's hard about this champion is you have to master this one shot to muscle memory. If you miss your one shot and you maybe miss an E or it goes haywire, your entire burst is messed up. And that ADC is going to walk away with maybe 5 health. In fact, I think the thing that tilts me the most in games is when I go balls to the walls on the enemy ADC and I get him down so low. But I'm the only one in the fight because Rengar is always the first one to go in the fight. You have an extremely mobile engage. Not many champions can follow that. It's not their fault. But the fact that you can't one-shot the ADC by yourself, it's so tough. So if I were to give any advice to any future Rengar players, I would say go in a bot game, make an enemy bot, and practice one-shotting. Just practice solely one-shotting. You don't even have to get full build. Just practice your combo. Q as you're running towards them, E in midair, W Hydra when you land. And then for AP Rengar, have 4 stacks of Ferocity, Q when you're running towards them, when you land, you W. That's it. AP Rengar has a lot simpler burst, and believe it or not, sometimes it's even more effective. But how do I one-shot without my ult? Well, my friend, that's where we come in with the Bush Kitty strats. But what are Bush Kitty strats? Well, Bush Kitty strats is when you sit in a bush, safely waiting for the enemy ADC and or mid laner, and you wait. You wait your ass off. You sit there and you wait for them to walk by. Sometimes you don't have to use your ult, depends on where they're walking. If you can judge where their pathing is, more power to you. However, if you don't have your ult, you need to. You need to judge where they're going to go. You need to figure out where they're going to be, which objective they might be going to, which lane they might be going to farm, or which fight they might be going to. And so positioning yourself has a lot to do with the skill in Rengar. You need to position yourself in certain bushes when you don't have your ult, and maybe even before 6, when you haven't even leveled up your ult. This strategy isn't needed past level 11. Past level 6, even though you have your ult, it is mostly needed because of how long of a cooldown your ult has. Even then, sometimes with 5 stacks of Ferocity, you can just walk into a lane, root the enemy, and one-shot him just because of how much sheer damage Rengar does, along with your allies helping. And just remember, playing Rengar, you're not going to make the enemy happy. They will rage, they will get mad at you. So there's a little trick to this. You see, there's a command in chat, and you type in /ignore all. You can unmute your team, sure, that's fine. But the enemy team is going to rage beyond belief just because of you. They're not even going to be able to play most games. And that is the most fun thing about Rengar. So that's it for today's Broken News. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, and if you hated it, please leave a dislike. Subscribe for more Broken News in the future, and leave a comment telling me what new Broken News I should do, or what I should do better in the next one. This has been Healbot, and you've just been healed.